A reading on Rachel Morin. She is a mother of 5 from Maryland that went missing on the 5th of August, so this month, and her body was found on the 6th of August, I believe. So we're just going to tap in and have a little look at that situation. I've already made contact with Rachel. I tapped into her energy yesterday and again just a moment ago. So yesterday she presented me with a red, like a red square, and that's what she handed me. And at first I thought, oh, is there something red, like maybe a red car, red shoes, something to do with red involved? And then it was almost like it was like a handkerchief. It kind of looked like a handkerchief, but it was red. But she assured me that it wasn't blood. She said it's not blood. She's trying to draw me to the red on the handkerchief, which I thought it kind of was a handkerchief, being the same shape. Now, then I was doing a few things and I can't remember what else came up, but then I tapped into her again and she handed me again the red, like, handkerchief, almost like waving the handkerchief, like the red handkerchief, by the way. Then I kind of thought, maybe that means red flag. So then once I've had that thought, it really kind of resonated with me. So I think what she was telling me was that there was red flags around this situation. So, and sometimes when you're getting messages, mistakes can be made in the interpretation. So that's why I'm trying to give you the raw message, being the red flag or the red handkerchief or the color red. And then without giving you too much of my personal take on what that means. But I do feel like it does indicate that it's a red flag, and that indicates that there was red flags around her. So I don't know if that's in her life or that was in when she went into the park or the car park area. Maybe there was something there that was a warning sign, like a red flag. So something did raise her concern. Something, didn't look right. So these are the kind of things that I'm going to ask the cards anyway. Now, this is my first reading on Rachel, so I'm going to go slow here. We're just going to kind of graze the surface as you go in a little bit deeper with the reads, or read more than once, you can go a little deeper, I find. But I just like to kind of skim the surface a little on the first read. Now, I've tapped into her energy. I felt her to be very... she has a bit of a nervous energy is what I'm feeling. So it's almost like I've had to assure her a lot, honey, it's okay, like a lot of assurance that I've had to give her. She feels a little bit scattered, like almost like pulled in different directions and not quite sure how to handle that, how to take that. Now, when I read Nicola, her energy is she kind of thrives on that. The energy I pick up from her is like she thrives on that energy. It's like she can handle that very well. It's like it's almost like she will take tapping into psychics and internet and all that kind of thing, and she runs with it. It's almost like, I'm going to use this to get my point across. And she's very powerful and very strong with her message, and her energy is very determined and she knows how to play it, she knows how to use it, and she's very confident like that. Where when I tap into Rachel's energy, I feel her to be younger, because I feel a little more nervousness or not so much of a security. So she's a little more insecure, I feel. But I just feel, a little bit of a nervous energy. I've had to assure her a lot, and it's almost like she's not sure how she's going to be able to deal with this kind of this throwing energy everywhere. So it's like people trying to pull her energy here and pull her energy there, almost like she's all over the internet now and she's not sure how she feels about that. So that's the cards that she actually pulled out to me, was the Sun card being seen. The Death card came out about her death being seen, and about her being in split minds about how she feels about her energy being pulled everywhere, and her all over the internet. So she's not quite certain how she feels about that. Now, the cards that I've pulled for my opening and just getting my permission to read on this is this here is my connection card. So this one here I always use as connecting when I'm connected, but it's also called social network on this card. So it's about social media. This one here is called Warrior Spirit. So this is the main card that I'm looking for, one of the connection cards when I'm asking permission to do a read on somebody, especially somebody new. This card also came out and it's saying Warrior Spirit, good with words. So it's saying mentally strong and good with words, because it's a suit of swords card, like it's the Knight of Swords. So it's saying you just need to be careful with words. A message to me to tell me to be think about it, be mentally strong, and think about my words very carefully, is what it's saying to me. I also got the caution card, so I think I have to be just very careful with what I say here. Now, again, this is all alleged. This is not. This is just cards. It's just for entertainment purposes only. And when I say entertainment purposes, I mean it's more like a deep drive or desire to want to help, and as a medium, want to be able to tap into her energy and see if she can pass a message on, or she wants to pass a message on, most importantly. So if she doesn't want to pass a message on, then I won't do that, or I won't tap into her again. But that's what's most important as a medium, is being able to offer her a platform if she needs it. And that's all I'm doing here, is just offering her that option if that's something she wants to do or wants to be part of. So let's have a little look at the cards. We'll start to shuffle now. I'm going to pull cards from my crime deck. Feels almost, the sense that I'm feeling is like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it is what I'm feeling. Like, it's like she can't believe she is where she is. So that's the sense of the energy that I'm kind of reading around her. Okay, again, I feel like I'm talking to her in like Rachel Honey. It's like very soft, gentle energy that I'm talking to her. I still feel she's a little unsettled. Okay, so we're just going nice and slow here. And again, soft, gentle words. And I guess that's what, for me, the card coming out of being the mental warrior, the Knight of Swords, is about being also soft and gentle with my words. I know knights and swords are not normally gentle, but it's all about how you speak. So I feel like I have to be very just soft and gentle with my words around her as well. Okay, first of all, just see if there's what these cards are. She's looking at a different perspective around a social group. So just letting you know what the cards are as they come out. I wasn't asking any questions. And as you know, I like to form a question before I pull any cards. But I just wanted to just show you what those two cards are. The crab means different perspective or protection. And social group here is about a group of people. Okay, so where do we go? Okay, first of all, I want to kind of elaborate on the message you gave me yesterday when you showed me the red. You were showing me the red, or the red flag, or the red. Can you just validate that or clarify that in some way, please? Justice card. I think she's saying justice and narcissist. Okay, I think with the justice card, she's trying to say, she's trying to help get justice into deep card, which is emotions, narcissist. I'll just let you know what's come out. And the justice. And that's what I kind of felt like she was trying to tell me with the red, is like she was trying to give little clues about the message was for law enforcement, or for like the judging system, in saying that there was red flags around her. That's what she wanted. That's kind of what the message I felt was about. And that by having the justice card and the narcissist card there, she is saying there was red flags around her. Okay. And now I'm just getting her I just want to first of all ask her in her words what happened, if she wanted to tell me what happened. Okay, stubborn, resilient. Now, the card's called stubborn and resilient, but whenever I read this is like, I call this like the death blow, the final moments of death. You see here it's like the swords going in. So, and I'm not in any way saying there's swords or knives involved. what this card means to me is like I call it the death blow. I call it the final moments. It's like when you've been resilient, you've been in struggle, you've been through something tough, and it's called resilience because you're hanging on through these tough times. You're being as strong as you possibly can, but it feels like to be like that final sword going in that moment where you just surrender and you just let go. So that's and that's why I call it the final moments or the death blow when I pull this card. So I'll leave that out because that's what we're talking about. Okay. Okay. Is there a card in this deck that you want to attach yourself to, please? Just have a look through and see if there's a card in this deck that you'd like to attach yourself to nominate to represent you, please. She's a little slower than Nicola with their cards there because there we go. So this is a card she's pulling to represent her. This beautiful, soft, gentle girl. She's looking through a window. It's called regret or lost love. So it's like some kind of regrets. But she's soft and gentle, this girl, petite, but she's looking through through a window thinking about perhaps some kind of lost love or regret. So I'm not certain why she's chosen this card to represent her, but this is the card that she has chosen to represent her. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pulling back a little bit from the actual event, the final moment. I just feel like I don't know if she's quite ready to pull on that yet, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so let's just go in by, we're not looking at the actual death blow as we pulled there. I'm not pulling there just yet. What I want to look at right now is how familiar you were, please. This is the Wheel of Fortune card. It'll come around. So that's the Wheel of Fortune saying that'll come around. We'll come around to that. And that's exactly how I'm feeling. It's like we're not there yet. We've got to be delicate around the how we're approaching this. It's like the sense she's giving me, she's just not going to just blurt it all out, not knowing. She's not familiar with my energy either. Okay, so I guess she's really just testing the waters here to say if, like, where my loyalties are, where my intentions are. I think that's what she's tapping into. So she's trying to see if it's like a quick fix or like a again, I'm struggling with words now. It's really funny that for me, when I pulled out the card of being good with words or being careful with words, I'm really struggling with the right words to say here for her, which I'm not normally like that. Okay, but the sense that I'm feeling is that she's trying to get to know me, to know my intentions, and my intentions are I just want to give her a platform if she would like a platform. If she wants to have a platform where she can have her say or she can let somebody know something, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here for a platform. And actually what I might do is just pull on the medium deck first because I feel like the energies of that are much softer. So there, we've gone straight to the harsh deck, and I feel like she's not quite ready for that. So I'm just pulling from my medium deck now. This is my softer energies. Okay, so let's have a look in here, and that feels a little better. So what we're looking at here, because she's not quite ready to talk about the event itself, but that's okay. You take your time. What we're just looking at here now is, do you have a message for somebody? So is there any kind of message that you want to bring through? This is just my medium deck that I use to tap into spirits on the other side to bring through personal messages for people. So really I'm just checking in now if there's any kind of message that she wants to bring through to anybody that's living. She's saying about honesty. And she wants people to work together. So let me have a look at this. So she's talking here about honesty, and like people around her being honest. So she just wants them to be honest about, and just tell it all. So tell it all. Be honest about what you're saying because it's going to be helpful to her if you're honest. It's also, she's saying that she wants like almost like the family to come together to work it out together, any relationships around her. It's like by being honest, we're going to be able to work it out together, the family, by all being honest and all saying anything that they can think of is what they're going to work that out together. That's what she's saying there. And okay, you have my deepest sympathies as well. So all the people working together to help her in this situation. Okay, so any other messages that you have from this deck, please? Okay, I've just pulled the stallion energy. Stallion, when I read the stallion card in a relationship spread, because I use these cards for relationships as well, indicates like a player, that player type of person. But also the horse also is about running free and being free and wild and running free. So that it can also be that kind of energy as well. Okay, so let's have a look. It's almost like she's familiarizing herself with this process. It's like I don't think she has a lot of experience with this process. Okay, so she's talking about her close friends of, so she's talking about friendships, close bonds of friendship, she's saying, but she's also feeling lonely. So the sense of loneliness around that. So maybe she's saying a friend of hers now feels lonely. She could be just acknowledging that, or she could have felt lonely around friendships. But I feel like I think she's talking about acknowledging a friend that feels lonely. Okay, anything else from this deck? Okay, so she's just saying a fresh new start is coming. There's a fresh new start for somebody, and as she feels a little bit betrayed. It's in some way she feels betrayed. Okay, I'm just thinking. I don't think she feels like she's betrayed somebody by going. Somebody's starting over. It's saying this is a starting over card. So somebody's starting over. Okay, what I'm going to get you to do now is have a look through these cards. They have letters on them. So I want you to, I'm just seeing if there's any letters that's already come out. There is not. I just want you to go through now and have a look at these cards and just tell me if there's any significant letters that you can talk about, please. Any significant letters that you want to just make known. The number 5. Number 5, changes. Okay, that's the letter I. It's also called new love. Okay, also got the I as well. So where we got the letter I and the I. So I'm not quite sure what she's trying to go with there by whether she's bringing me back to her actual I or something about the eyes, because the letter I and then the picture of the eye. So I don't know if she's bringing something in here about eyes or her eye or somebody's eye, something about an eye. Okay, the letters here. Okay, there's a couple of letters that have come out here. P. Letter P. So if you can see that. Letter U. Letter G. And letter X. Okay, so we're going to put these ones away. Thank you. And we're just going to have a little tap into the other cards. And notice I'm not really saying what they are just yet at this moment. But it's my normal cards that I normally use for these type of reads. Okay. Okay, first what I'm asking is if she knows the person that did this to her, please. Okay. So there's a creative narrative, which can mean like somebody's doctoring a story or making up their own story. There's a war or a fight. Could indicate a fight at the scene, actual fighting, which is another thing I wanted to ask. Did she leave any evidence behind, as in did she scratch somebody or leave any kind of DNA on somebody or any marks on anybody? Family home, she's talking about a home or a family home or a house. Okay, I'm not going to put too much weight on these cards because they fell out in a very strange way. Hangman means delays and suspensions, or tree. Organised meetup. There was a confrontation, and there was chaos. Chaos around. Okay, so again, we're just being very gentle with these questions. Okay, so I'm going to put your card back in. So anytime you want to bring that out, you can bring that one out. Okay. Is there something you would like to tell us? Is there something from this deck that you would like to make known to us, please? The moon means no. Also means something's not clear, but it's like a no. So there's nothing that she feels like she needs to say. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I do want to know, did you leave any marks on the person? Is there like any kind of scratches or marks on the person that you've left, please? Okay, she's talking about now the media distraction, so I think she's a little concerned about like it being all over the internet. I do feel like she's a little concerned about it. Okay, I think that she might be a little worried too about that question as well. So I've got the battles as well. And again, she's telling me about the Wheel of Fortune, that we're going to get around to it. She's saying that she's not quite ready to. Okay, all I'm doing now is I'm trying to see right now why it's very fresh, if there could be somebody walking around with like scratch marks on some part of their body. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. If we let this go another month, they won't be carrying those signs. So that's why I feel this question is really relevant and really important to ask now, even if you don't want to touch in on the actual the moment. I think it's really important to tell us if there's any kind of marks that we should be looking out for on a perpetrator, please. So I've gone back to the medium soft cards. Again, she said she's in shock. She can't believe. So when I spoke on her before and I tapped into her energy, it's like she can't believe she's where she is, and that's the sense that I'm feeling around her. So it is very, very, very new. She's just processing this. She's just dealing with this. So it's I'm not tapping hard on anything that's too in depth here. I'm just trying to be gentle and just let her know that she's got a platform if she needs it. Again, she wants to talk about the betrayal card or heart. This is heart or betrayal. Okay, so did you leave any marks, please, on the person? Did you leave any marks on them that police could be looking for? Again, she's saying about being honest. She's talking about okay, and the same card falls out again about, it's called the repairing or rekindling of a relationship, and it's the letter J. Okay, did you leave any marks on the person, please? No. No. What I was getting as I was shuffling, she's saying no. She was telling me no, she couldn't, she was saying. And then the card of no came out. So I don't think she left any marks on them. Maybe I don't think she thought of it at the time. That's the kind of sense that I'm getting. It's like, yeah, she was overwhelmed, is what she's saying. She was too overwhelmed by it all. She couldn't think to do that. Like it was full on, and it was quick and full on, and she was in shock. She couldn't rationalize or think that to leave a mark on them to help police find them. But she is saying, I've got the male energy here that says, I want to help is what it's saying. But yeah, she says no. And as I was shuffling, I could hear her saying no. She was saying no, she wasn't able to do that. And I feel like it's because she didn't think of it at the time. It's like yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to ask now, is there anything else you want to pull? I'm not going to push you on anything here. I do have a couple of questions, mostly about, did you see anything in the car park that made you suspicious? So let's ask that first, because that is nice and gentle. We're back up at the car park. Did you see anything in the car park that made you feel suspicious, please? Accident? Something about an accident? Did you see anything in the car park that made you feel suspicious? Devil energy? Unseen. Okay, unseen and protection. Protection. Maybe she was just had a female sense of needing to protect yourself from the unseen. So if there's someone hiding in the bushes or something like that. So that sense of having that female intuition of just having to be cautious, because I have had the cautious card fall out this morning, over what's unseen. Or is she saying, how do you protect yourself from something that's not seen? I think that's what she's trying to say to me. She's saying, how do you protect yourself from the unseen, from something you can't see? Okay. Is there something you want to say? Is there something you want to talk about, please? Okay, again, a few cards fall out. I'm going to give it, it's same cards. So let's just pop them back in and shuffle them in there so they separate. Beautiful. Okay. Any final words for you, lovely? I'm hearing the word beautiful angel as well. Beautiful angel. Cold, what she's telling me, cold. Not seen, so she didn't see them. This is unclear, unseen. It's also no, but it's the unseen card. So, and again, it's bringing me back to where she just said to me, how can you protect yourself from something you can't see or someone you don't see? Ferris wheel again. The Ferris wheel. Wheel of Fortune comes around, it says. Okay, I'm going to keep going with this one because maybe she's coming around to this. She was walking. Okay, this is what she's telling me. She's walking, so she's coming around to it. She was walking. She said either she was in a split mind about something, or there was somebody that had a mental illness. So this is a card of being mentally ill. Depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, those kinds of things. Now, I'm trying to read this one in every possible way. So whether she was in split minds about how she felt about her safety. I've got no safety cards here, so I'm not sure if that's it. Or as we're walking, there's some kind of split mind going on about something. Okay, as she's walking, there's a split mind. She's in split mind about something. Okay, more than one. Again, split, could be the split. Okay, I'm really not asking anything here. I'm just letting her direct and talk herself. This is the stormwater drain. This is when it comes out with Nicola. I always say it reminds me of like the stormwater drain, and she was found in a stormwater drain. So, and she tell me cold too. So this is the stormwater drain. Something about a car. Not involved. Okay, car, maybe she's saying car not involved. Something not involved, maybe car not involved. Okay, this is the crab card, which is about sideways approach, different perspective on something, or protection, about protecting yourself. Again, I'm not asking anything here. I'm just letting her direct this, so she's just talking however she wants to talk. I just feel like I can't push her. And I think she's okay with this. She's doing this fine, because she's got the power and the control here is what I'm picking up. She's got the power and control to direct this and how she wants to direct it. So she's going to give as much as she wants to give, or as much as she's able to give or feels comfortable to give. So I still feel maybe she's still in that energy of not feeling safe and secure. Yes, but there's something else going on there as well, she's saying. I think she's dealing with the emotional energy as well. Yeah. Tied down cards come up. Just let you know, tied down card has come up. Bound card. Said you've got to be careful of gossip and rumours in this case. So gossip and rumours around this case starting to circulate. So I'm not saying anything here at all. I'm just letting her pull cards. So that's why I'm kind of not directing the story, and I think she's happy with that. I'm not directing the narrative here or directing what direction we're taking here. I'm just letting her go through and say whatever she wants to say. Again, giving her a voice is what I'm hearing. Here it's about a confrontation. This is about a confrontation. Okay, my mind when I ask that is that confrontation with somebody you know, or is that we're talking about the event, the moment, the confrontation at the moment? Reviewing the facts. So that's about getting all the facts. That's what she's saying. She's just laying down all the facts. Again, she's telling me not to put my 2 cents worth in. She's just laying down the facts here. So this is not about me interpreting or my thoughts on this. This is about her just laying out the facts, and I'm okay with that. Okay, the world is the okay, we're talking about the end of the situation now. The end of the situation she's talking about. Okay, so the card that just fell on the floor, it's called This Is My Fault. So I think there's and actually on the bottom was the guilt card right next to it. That didn't fall out, but it was kind of right next to it. And to me, that's implying a sense of guilt, or a sense of, not guilt. I'm not implying the word guilt as in innocent and guilty, somebody's innocent and guilty, or this is my fault. This is almost like a sense of I shouldn't have been in that spot, or I shouldn't have done something, and that's why I feel like if I hadn't have, I'm putting blame on me, because if I hadn't have done this, then this wouldn't have happened. And this is just what I'm feeling. This is not my opinion in any way, but the card has fallen out of my fault, and guilt right next to it. So guilt, so it's feeling a little bit of a sense of guilt of just a momentary lapse of judgment, or a momentary, taking your eye off the ball, or losing focus, or not being aware of your surroundings. Just that moment of not being completely aware of your surroundings. So I did 2 more cards. Contemplation. This is my Nicola card, actually. So it's just contemplation, thinking, deep in thought, thinking. And I think that's what she's saying, and out of that time. So that moment of time of just being deep in thought, I guess. Not concentrating, maybe. Okay, one more card. Okay, she's pulled 2 cards. This is the deal with the devil, like and somebody not being them. Okay, so what the sense I'm getting here is like passing someone, meeting someone, seeing somebody that's not could be wearing a mask, because we've got the mask card here. Could have been wearing a mask, or just presenting themselves in a untrue light. So, presenting themselves as just like a friendly local. Do you know what I mean? Like just like a, shaking hands. How do you do? Kind of, just like a friendly, polite local kind of. And I'm not implying anyone here. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling from these cards. That it's like a sense of, like, I don't think she made a deal. I don't think it's about making deals with anybody. I'm not feeling that to be the case about a deal that she made. I'm feeling it more to be like, when you meet someone that's like, oh, how you going, kind of thing. That's kind of the sense, but they're portraying themselves in that friendly, polite, how are you going way, or how are you today, or hi, or whatever they talk, however they say it. But it's in a kind of fake way. There's intentions behind it that they're not portraying those intentions. They could have come off as quite polite, or like just a friendly passerby kind of thing. Okay, if I was to read these 2 cards in any other way, can be read as making a deal with the devil. So a deal gone wrong is another way of reading these cards. Because I'm not familiar with the energy of this case either. I'm just telling you every way they could possibly be read. Mask could mean they could have been wearing a mask. They could have had their face covered. Could have been a deal gone bad. My sense is probably the first one that I mentioned, the first energy. But that's just another way of reading these 2 cards. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I think I did this one for quite a while. So, yeah, I will see you again next week.